Hello, guys. Welcome back. So it's funny, the longer you work with Loki and Odin, the more you become like them. I mean, like, exactly like them. It's scary. Um, I'm honestly on the fence about it. Don't get me wrong. I love the demons. I work with demons, all gods, whatever word you're happy with. But honestly, they're people, man. And I don't mean any of the people that come to watch this channel. You seem like decent human beings. If a lot of the people weren't just trying to sell you a couple $100 readings, they're a racist or fascist or something else. And I'm like, this is why you have no followers. And the one that took the cake was last night, and some of the lowlights include his hatred of anybody from Jews to Christians to Muslims to Wiccans to pagans. And he has an absolute terror. And after he insulted women and said that women who worship Satan, have to pop out satanic babies, and this was actually something he said, to preserve their religion, I'm like, oh, you're like that white dude that's running around ruining Odin for everyone. What are we gonna do with you? He actually confessed, and he thought this was a bragging point. He's too much of a dark overlord because he serves Satan, and Satan can take him out anytime he wants. You see where I'm going with this, because the wolf in me smelled blood. I'm like, he's gonna be good. What's happening? And I'm getting back here. Um, he sends his underlings out to shop for him because he's too good to go shop. And one went to a metaphysical shop, and they probably worship this man, as sometimes these people attract sycophants, and this person was probably saying stupid ignorant shit about how they hated Jews and Christians and Muslims and everything, because this is what this guy says. And the person at the store said, this person you're working with sounds really evil and disturbed, and they shouldn't be working with Satan. So they slipped a sigil in there for them to help them. He's terrified of St. Michael because St. Michael's sigil was in the bag and he didn't know it, and he took it out of the bag, and I guess he said something rude to St. Michael because he's terrified of and hates angels, and this guy spits like a cat seeing bathwater whenever you mention God or Jesus or angels or saints. So Saint Michael, being Saint Michael, happily wrecked all of his satanic altars for him, if you believe this guy, and he just isn't doing drugs. And I'm like, that sounds about like Saint Michael. If you keep talking shit about God and you keep talking shit about Saint Michael, he gonna come see you. Especially if you're training other people to do this and they walk in a store and they start talking shit and they're talking to someone who might be good friends with Michael and work with him a lot. And the person probably sat there and said, oh, really? Have a present. So, you know, and he's terrified of angels because he's developed this weird belief. And believe me, I grew up Catholic. No true, actual angel could disguise themselves one as a demon because they would never desecrate anything for God, anything that was holy. And demons don't actually do that, but you know what I mean. And no actual angel is going to be able to pass themselves off by going to a strip club or anything else. They just can't. It's not in their holy, ineffable, clean nature to be able to go over and do things demons do. They can't do it. You got demons, you got angels. The two will never cross. Now in the New Age angels do kind of whatever they want to do. So those could walk into a strip club and that they seem to be entirely different species. Like, they're not quite watchers that fell and partied hard with mortal women, but they're not quite the biblical type angel either. So they're all kinds out there. And I thought of all the ignorant, rude, racist, and probably homophobic things this man has said, and I got up this morning, I was mad. And I listened to Tim Curry ooze his way through Toxic Love, and that made me feel better. And then I watched some other stuff, and it was kind of like St. Michael answering me of like, this is not healthy. This man is not normal. And if I did kick his ass, he had it coming. So it was kind of nice that he answered. And so, being the good little Catholic I used to be, I was praying to Saint Michael and saying, "Could you kick his ass again? Because I really don't like this man." I'm like, if you're gonna pick a fight with angels or saints or something, and you're going to sit there in the corner and hiss like we're actually filming a reboot of The Exorcist and we're now using a wannabe satanic overlord as the main character. The little girl in The Exorcist was more of a tough Satanist than you are. And he had this female on, if we can use the term, that she's written books. And I'm like, oh Christ, not another one that wrote books. And she seems to be their version of somebody that all pagans dislike intensely. And I'm like, there's always one. Because she's everything he says, especially the part about how satanic women have to pop out little satanic babies. She's agreeing with him. Like, you are both weak and will not survive the apocalypse. I get yay back there. Because, as witches, we don't force our children to follow our religion. They can become an atheist, they can become a Jew, a Christian, a whatever they want to become. Our gods would not have us force our children into serving them. They would not. They would not be pleased. No god worthy of worship wants you to be forced to be there. And I thought, if he keeps talking this intolerant shit and smack to other gods, he is going to get his ass kicked for him, and it's going to be spectacular. I don't know how it hasn't happened up until now, other than I've noticed that whether you call him Yahweh or Jehovah or stuff, he's actually got better shit to do than answer everybody that's got a chip on their shoulder. Because you'll read plenty of Christians write stuff like they were pissed off at God for like 30 years and God didn't do shit. Because if you're mad, he's like, fine, be mad. I got stuff to do. Lots of stuff. So he's got shit to do. He's not going to sit there with you feeling pissy for 30 years. You're mad at him? Fine, be mad. He's not going to deal with you. It's different. If you would go to him in prayer and say, I'm mad at you, eventually hitting the mic, you would get an answer. But it's like, people like that are why Satan doesn't get more love and why the, angels, saints, demons, gods, and goddesses end up losing followers because you've got too many of these damn loose cannons running around. You can work with whoever you want. You're a witch, damn it. All the people over all the centuries that suffered did not suffer so that somebody could come along and tell you who you can and can't work with. The gods, goddesses, angels, saints, demons, whatever you're working with, if they're the actual real deal, have enough self-confidence and enough trust in you that they don't think you're going to run away to heaven or run away to hell or run away to Valhalla the moment you start working with someone. From what I've experienced working with actual demons, they couldn't give two shits about who you work with. They will be concerned about you, yeah, but it's not like Asmodeus is afraid of Michael or anything else. He was just snorting contempt of laughter when this guy was like doing what he did. It just sounded like he played Dungeons and Dragons way too long. And he was screeching about making blood pacts with Satan, and Satan can take him out anytime he wants. And I'm like, welcome to Brawlhalla. So it was kind of bad. We don't need toxic masculinity like that around ever. So, I just figured I would make a little video for you guys. And yes, I did indeed pray to St. Michael and all the angels and saints because suddenly felt super Catholic, even though I would not consider myself a Catholic. When he started screeching about how Wiccans and Satanists have a common enemy and they're Christians and Jews and Muslims, I was like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. You're joking, right? Okay, you need dealt with. What can we do with you? And then he mentioned his greatest fear. I don't know. Don't do that to me. Don't challenge me and then tell me what you're afraid of. It's like you asked for it. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. Look, he's back here. You went to the dark side. Ah, I'm so proud of you. I will see you guys later. Bye bye.